Hello, I'm Pete Martin. This is video 3 in the Mandolin Basics series, and this video covers the very basics of how the right hand works. First thing I want to do is cover what kind of pick to use. There is never, ever one right way of doing anything, I want to stress. Most good players like to use a pick of a certain minimum thickness, and I've found that most players seem to like a pick of 1.1 millimeters or thicker. It gives you a better sound, plus once you learn how to relax the pick grip, the extra thickness of the pick does more of the action where the pick cuts through the string with less muscle force. When you have a pick that bends quite a bit, you have to squeeze it to get it through the string, whereas when you have a thicker pick, that isn't the case. And most players, most experienced players, will agree that a thicker pick sounds better. Now, there's probably some styles of playing where a thinner pick may give you the desired sound. Classical music may be that way. I'm not a classical player, so I sure couldn't make that statement that it does. But really, you're looking for what sound you want to produce is basically the tools that you want to use, from your instrument to your pick. Okay, let's look at the pick grip. I like to teach people to cup their fingers very gently into the right hand. Not squeeze, but cup very gently. Notice there's just a little space between my fingers and the palm of the hand. Okay? Turn the palm of the hand to the floor, open up between the thumb and the index finger, and then stick the pick in between the thumb and the index finger this way. I like to teach people to put the pick on the pad of the thumb right here. There's some players that like it much more back here. There's nothing wrong with that. It gives you a different sound. I find I have much more control aspects when I place it up more on the pad of the thumb on the end. Okay? The basic motion we're going to use is a twist of the wrist just like this, where the actual twisting motion is back here in the forearm. You can see the twisting action is actually back here. It's the identical motion if you would reach out your picking hand to a doorknob, grab onto the doorknob, and twist like this. The action is not from the shoulder, it's from right here. It's not from just the wrist alone. It's from right in here. Okay? Another thing. I like to get people to drop their wrist just a little bit from parallel. Right now, my wrist is parallel to my forearm. I like to get people to drop it just a little bit and twist like this. You get a little bit farther movement down here with the same twisting back here when you drop the wrist down. That's just physics. Try that out and you'll see what I mean. When we use the pick on the string, we're going to play both strings of the pair at the same time. So you never just want to hit one string of the pair, you always want to hit both. We're going to go down to the floor and up toward the ceiling. Let's do that on the G string. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now do that on the D string. The A string. And the E string. Okay. There's a basic rule about when the pick goes down and when it goes up. For people who've read music, think in terms of 3/4 or 4/4 time. Anytime the note happens at the same time the beat does, which we call on the beat, it's a downstroke. Anytime it occurs between the beats, it's an upstroke. I'm going to take out my metronome and demonstrate this. The metronome, of course, is just a little clicking device which helps us keep where the beat is. Every time that click happens, it's a beat. So let's say I'm playing the open G string, and I'm playing it every time that click happens. All these strokes are going to be down. Down, 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 down. Let's say I play 2 notes per beat. The first one is going to happen, the first note is going to be played when the beat, or when the click happens. So it'll be on the beat. The second note will be right in between the beats, halfway in between. So our first note is going to be down, and our second note is going to be up, like this. Down, up, 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 down, up. So I would practice that, especially with the metronome. How we move the picking hand from one string to the next is by dropping and raising at the elbow right here. We want to keep the line of the wrist and the forearm straight this way. We don't want to go up and down like this. So if I'm playing on the G string, then I want to go pick some on the E string, the thinnest string, the highest pitched string. Notice I just dropped my forearm straight down. And come back. Now E. Now G. Now E. So those are the basics of how the right hand works. If you haven't checked it out, I would suggest that you look at the Volume 2 video holding the instrument using a strap and holding the instrument in an efficient position and where both hands should be on the instrument.